All right, greetings all. Thank you for returning to my channel. I'm Professor Noonie. Allow me to welcome you back to the Fight Night Champion Custom Boxers BareKnuckle Tournament. We are nearing the end. We are very much towards the end of the tournament. So, before I actually reveal the bracket, because I'm going to try to get to that as quick as I can, please pause or stop the video, as it will be very much a tragedy if you happen to see where we are in the bracket right now without having caught up to where we are. If you are caught up, or you don't care about where we are in the current bracket and you just want to watch a match, then allow me to bring you to our finals of Group B, because this is where we are right now. We already have a winner from Group A, that is Adonis Johnson Creed, knocking George Bush down in the 7th round, but then the ref stopping the fight immediately, not even counting. It was just a straight up knockout. He moves on to the finals of the tournament, the finals, not of his group, of the entire tournament, sitting and waiting for the winner between Frankenstein and Kimbo Slice. This match right here, I can't really call it. I don't want to say exactly who I think will win, because without even saying it last time, I was completely wrong. But I do have my theory. Let us get into the fight. We are in Mexico City. You see right here, both fighters just really monsters as far as just their overall mass, if you will. Frankenstein zoned in. Arm raised to the crowd, saying, I'm gonna win this fight. Kimbo Slice, a crowd favorite, destroyed The Rock here. I believe also fought Jason the Game Taylor here, if I'm not mistaken. Crowd really liking him. Both monsters coming to the center of the ring, facing off, saying, this is what it's come down to, huh, buddy? Me and you in this group. Let's see who's gonna go on to fight Creed. Start of round 1. Let's go. Both men moving over to the side of the ring. Frankenstein with his signature cross guard, backing up as always. Kimbo Slice coming forward as always. Catches Stein trying to sidestep, says, no, I know your game. I've watched your previous fights. Frankenstein running up on Kimbo, but then just going into a guard. Pretty good right hand by Frankenstein. Frankenstein sidesteps and gets out of that corner. Got his mummy stance going. Kimbo Slice against the ropes, but is jabbing, keeping Frankenstein away. Frankenstein not being tremendously aggressive early on. That's how he fights, though. We all know that. Or at least we should at this point. I'm pretty sure Kimbo knows that, too. Frankenstein swings and then backs up, wanting Kimbo to chase him. Kimbo stays put. Kimbo moving his head, trying to find an opening in that body. Frankenstein goes forward, but then, as always, moves back all the way towards the corner, saying, come and get me. I'm playing hard to get. One shot block, one shot misses. Frankenstein catches Kimbo with the straight there. Frankenstein with that guard. Coming up at the end of round 1, let's go to the corners.
All right, listen. You need to create more counts, okay? Slip these punch, then throw her straight right down the middle. I need you to watch the water. Wait for it. Boom.
Fight. You gotta pick it up, you hear me? You gotta pick it up.
All right, start of round 2. Bringing up the CompuBox numbers from the last round, we can see that Frankenstein connected much more as he was throwing out fewer shots, as he always does. Somehow always finds the punches to connect at the right moment. Kimbo Slice throwing out that aggression, trying to get in, and Frankenstein catches him a little bit. Both men weaving in, trying to find some punch space. Frankenstein gets caught with a nice 1-2 there. He backs up to the corner. You can never tell if it's a retreat for recovery or a pseudo feint, if you will. A feint retreat to lure his opponent in. Kimbo Slice playing a bit more cautious this round. Weaving out of the way. Goes forward, Frankenstein going to the corner, but Kimbo only throwing out jabs, stuff that's easily recoverable. And then he backs up, mirroring his opponent. He's caught with a jab there, seems okay. Stein using that reach. Kimbo Slice putting a lot of power into those shots. Frankenstein feeling him, I think, punches a little bit and backs up. Kimbo in the corner. Frankenstein trying to hit some body shots. Kimbo Slice staying tight with that guard. Stein pushes Kimbo back to try to get an opening. Gets a good uppercut in there. Frankenstein against the ropes. Looks like he's trying to trip Kimbo Slice up with those weaves. Both fighters missed there. Coming up the end of round 2. Let's go to the corners.
Let's go, let's go. What are you waiting for? You want this fight? Then let's move out there. This guy's gonna win this fight if you don't take control, son. You got to take some control out there.
Listen, I'm not gonna stand here and watch you take those shots, you understand me? Let's see some defense and more punches. Keep your hands moving, keep busy, and you beat them to the punch.
All right, start of round 3. Frankenstein going right into the middle, but then again backs up to the ropes. Bringing up the CompuBox numbers for the last round. That being round 2, I really have to speak with that graphs engineer. We can see that Frankenstein connecting much more with his headshots. Kimbo Slice having a bit more success with the body shots, bringing up the overall fight totals. We can see that overall Frankenstein is just pretty much annihilating Kimbo with these headshots. And Kimbo is narrowly winning in the overall body shots portion of the categories. As we see, the men are right back to their same game here. Frankenstein goes back against the corner, or the ropes or the corner. Again in the corner with that cross guard. Gets caught with a good headshot there, though. Looks like they crossed each other right there. Each one catching the other's hook. Jab, jab, jab from Kimbo Slice. Frankenstein hitting Kimbo with his longer reach. Backs up to the ropes again. Kimbo catching Frankenstein with a pretty good right straight. Frankenstein intercepts Kimbo with the jab there.
Let's see some more head movement.
Kimbo Slice throwing out those jabs, telling Frankenstein to get away from me, back up. Frankenstein says gladly, I love backing up. Frankenstein at his home, it appears, in the corner. Looks very comfortable being there. 10 seconds left in the round. Against the rope, catches Kimbo with a really good right hand and a left there. Let's go to the corners.
Listen, I need to see some counter punches, okay? Whatever he misses, count it. Listen, I'm not gonna stand here and watch you take these shots, okay? You understand me? Let's see some.
Go out there and get it. Go out and fight this guy. You understand what I'm saying? Take it to this guy.
All right, start of round 4. Teddy Scorecard's giving Frankenstein the first 2 rounds, saying Kimbo got the 3rd one. So we have a pretty close fight on our hands if things keep up the way they have been. Kimbo Slice, though, with the shorter reach. Oh, Ketchenstein with the good left hand reaching in. Somewhat stunned. Frankenstein moving a little bit slower in the corner, but is he comfortable there? Kimbo Slice will do really well to take advantage of this situation right now. I do believe this is probably the first time Frankenstein has ever been stunned. That was a really good left hand by Kimbo Slice. Kimbo backs up and Frankenstein recovers. Frankenstein, don't believe he's felt that before from any of his previous opponents. Kimbo Slice cutting off the ring there. Keeping Frankenstein in his happy place. You're like, you want to be in the corner? Well, then stay there. And I'll make sure you stay on the outside. Catches Frankenstein with a good right hand. Another good straight there. Frankenstein backing up, sidestepping, catches Kimbo Slice with a pretty good left. Really quick one. Slice throwing uppercuts into the air. Like he just doesn't care. Gets caught with a really good right hand. Frankenstein wound up pretty well for that one. Ooh, both men putting out feints there. Really quick movements when they get in. Try to trip the other fighter up. Neither going for that. Kimbo Slice just waiting for Frankenstein to come into range. 10 seconds left in the round. That is end of round 4. Let's go to the corners. Wow.
You're letting this thing get away from us, champ. Come on now, this is it. You gotta make a fight right now. All right, keep your guard up, all right? You're not protecting yourself. You're not protecting yourself out here.
Throw that away.
Don't fight his fight. Jab and move. Listen, when he reaches in,
All right, start of round 5. Kimbo Slice's trainer is really not satisfied with his overall performance, even though it looks like he's won round 4 and 3. Bringing up the CompuBox numbers from the last round, we see he connected much better with the body shots, although Frankenstein way ahead with the headshots. If we look at the overall fight totals, that still echoes the sentiments from last round. Frankenstein way ahead with the headshots, but body shot wise, Kimbo Slice putting some work in. Frankenstein somewhat of a plotter, if you will. Doesn't move a whole lot around unless it's backing up. Keeping on the outside, Kimbo Slice cutting off the ring. Frankenstein really taking his time. Goes for an uppercut there, misses completely, but not a whole lot of energy behind it. Kimbo Slice out of range. Misses 2 shots, miscalculating the distance. Frankenstein again, backing up. Sidestepped an uppercut, but no follow-up. Kimbo gets caught with a couple of good shots there. Has good mobility, but not a great judge of space between him and Frankenstein. Gets caught with the long punch there. Tries to go for a jab, gets counter jabbed. Frankenstein moving a little bit more this round. Back into the corner. Kimbo trying to get these body shots in, trying to wither his opponent down. 1-2 there by Kimbo, coming up in the end of round 5. That's it, let's go to the corners.
listen, you need to move your head more, side to side, okay? I want to see that head move more. Listen, I I'm not gonna stand here and watch you take those shots. You understand me?
You don't need that.
Let's see.
You gotta breathe. You got to breathe. All right? How you feeling out there? You know you're not winning this fight, okay? You're not winning. He's beating you. I need you to throw more than one punch out there, okay?
All right, start of round 6. Kimbo Slice again coming out with a lot of aggression. Gets caught with a really good right uppercut there. He starts backing up. Bringing up the CompuBox numbers for round 5. 100% with body shots. Frankenstein landed all 4 of his shots that he threw at the body. Kimbo Slice, on the other hand, missing about half of what he's thrown out. The overall fight totals reflect that Frankenstein is much more accurate, as Kimbo Slice is throwing out as many as he can and connecting with pretty low numbers. Now that he's up close and personal with Frankenstein, his shots don't really have a whole lot of power behind them. Frankenstein looking like he can do this all day, hardly winded. Has not been that mobile, but that is pretty much the secret to his stamina gauging. Able to hold a lot back for when it really counts. Kimbo Slice trying to get around him. Misses with that hard straight. And both men miss uppercuts. Frankenstein with that reach. Backs up to the corner again. Clinches. Frankenstein clinches. Probably trying to kill Kimbo Slice's momentum. Kimbo Slice trying to circle around Frankenstein. Throwing out punches that are nowhere near Frankenstein, but maybe it's because Stein is very fast when he wants to be. Kimbo Slice gets caught with a pretty good left uppercut there. Frankenstein backing up. Back in the corner. Kimbo Slice throwing out these jabs here. Tries to go for a 1-2. Not a whole lot of power. Probably trying to conserve energy. End of round 6. This may be Kimbo's. Let's go to the corners.
Do you want this fight? You want this fight? Listen to me. Do you want this fight? You gotta stay busy out there. You are losing this fight because you're not throwing any punches out there.
You don't need that.
Nice work.
Okay, listen to me. When he misses with a punch, counter.
We got it.
Left, right, left, right.
Start of round 7.
Protect yourself.
Try to see if this fight will make it past it. As I believe our last fight, the finals of Group A, this is where it ended. Will we make it past round 7? Will we make it all the way? Frankenstein against the ropes on the outside once more. Tries to do a little slip there to catch Kimbo. Doesn't get anything from it. Kimbo gets caught with a good straight there. He's trying to go for an uppercut. Frankenstein's reach surpasses his. Couple of good shots landed there by both opponents. Slice connecting with shots that don't appear to have a whole lot of power behind them. Frankenstein in and out. Can play that game with his reach. Slice, on the other hand, he just tried it, unsuccessful. He does not have the arm reach. That could have been a devastating right hook for Frankenstein. Luckily, Kimbo Slice out of range. Kimbo really needs to close the distance if he wants these hard shots to connect. Bringing up the CompuBox numbers for round 6, we can see Frankenstein is somewhat more accurate that round than Kimbo, but not a whole lot. Perhaps Kimbo slowing it down a bit, because as we see with the overall fight totals, he's thrown out about more than twice as many body shots than Frankenstein, and still hasn't connected. Let's not even go into the headshot count there. Kimbo Slice really needs to slow it down. Frankenstein backing up. Him, on the other hand, he has all the time in the world.
Come on, kid, focus now. I need you to focus more.
Quite interesting that we are in the later rounds and Frankenstein has not changed up his game yet, perhaps detecting something is different about Kimbo.
Keep your hands, all right? You have to keep your hands up. Don't look for just big punch.
You are losing this fight. I need you to take some chances now. You gotta take some chances with this guy, all right? You got to. You have to take a risk. Don't let him breathe. He's hurt. Get him in there.
All right, start of round 8. The fight is somewhat, actually it is really close. It's actually very close. It's closer than most fights have been in this tournament. Frankenstein backing up again. Kimbo with these jabs, trying to keep him back there. Frankenstein catches Kimbo with a really good right hand. Did a little slip and caught Kimbo on his way in. Frankenstein actually kicking it up a notch. This might be the round where he starts going into high gear like he usually does. Waits until the later rounds. Kimbo Slice taking risks like his corner asked him to. May not be the best advice. As we look at the CompuBox numbers for the last round, we can see his shots are really inaccurate. Frankenstein not doing so well on the body shots, at least for that round. Fight totals overall, Frankenstein just completely dominating the fight with his accuracy. Completely on point, especially with the headshots. Kimbo, although he's not a whole lot, perhaps just a round behind, these little low power shots may be what's keeping him alive. Or rather keeping the fight close. Because although it's not really suggestive of, at least of Kimbo Slice's performance, that he's gonna get a knockout victory or even a knockdown, but if he wants to win, his only fighting chance is to win these rounds with these little punches of his that he's been connecting with. Because it isn't necessarily that you have to do a whole lot, you just have to do a lot, or more at least, than your opponent. And Frankenstein, as preserved as he appears to be, he is fighting a bit too conservatively, and that may work in Kimbo's favor. Let's go to the corner.
You gotta let your hands go, champ. You hear me? You have to. You have to be busy out there. This guy's beating you. Now, if you throw 3 or 4 punches in a row, you can turn this thing around. But you...
Keep your hands up, all right? You have to keep your hands up.
We got it.
Listen to me. You're not giving me enough punches, okay? Throw more punches. Jab, jab, hook.
You don't need that. No, throw that away.
Start of round 9. This fight is pretty far, so far going the distance, but so did Creed and Biggie Smalls' fight. We know how that ended. Bringing up the CompuBox numbers for the last round, we can see that Frankenstein still on top with his accuracy, although he's throwing out far fewer shots, but as a result, he's maintaining his stamina. Overall fight totals, Kimbo throwing out as much as he can in both categories, head and body. Frankenstein just ahead of the game with his picked punches, having much better accuracy and has much higher energy. Catches Kimbo with a good right hand there. But you have to admire, as much as Kimbo's throwing out, he is still going toe-to-toe with Frankenstein. He does not look defeated at all. Frankenstein being really cautious this fight, looking for shots like that. Not sure if that uppercut connected. If it did, Kimbo Slice doesn't look affected by it. Oh, trading uppercuts, but Frankenstein got the better. And that is it. The fight is stopped. Kimbo Slice has been knocked out in the 8th round. Another stoppage on the first knockdown. Goes for the hook. They trade punches. Frankenstein just a bit longer of an arm. His comes in full. Catches him right underneath the chin. Both men go right for it. Trade shots. Frankenstein coming out on top after that exchange. Kimbo goes down. The referee stops the fight. Doesn't even do a count. Frankenstein wins this match. celebrating with his corner. Frankenstein wins. Group B, and the fight was not that far off. Nearing the end, Kimbo Slice, not down by much, was able to have somewhat of a comeback. This fight was not over until Frankenstein got that wonderful knockdown. What a beautiful way, though. Both men throwing out all they had. Frankenstein having a little bit more, though, which put Slice on the mat and out of the tournament. Out of the tournament. That is it. We have our 2 remaining fighters. As a result of this fight, Frankenstein gets his glorious golden, well-earned 4 points, which represent a knockout. With that, ladies and gentlemen, with that victory, with the result of that fight we now have our 2 remaining fighters. The group stage has ended, and we have no choice but to go to the final, which is between Adonis, Johnson Creed, and Frankenstein. Both victories of their respective groups. This is going to be one for the ages. This is definitely going down in the history books. I cannot wait to see who is going to come out on top. I can't believe we made it this far. I can't believe it's come down to these 2 fighters. This is going to be absolutely amazing. I can't wait. I'm so happy that we've come this far. We only have 2 fighters remaining, and there's still so much more excitement to go with this fight. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all to those who came to check out my video, for watching my video. I appreciate all the views and notoriety I can get. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe, all that jazz, and as always, take care, and God bless.